A simple one-word response has just set off a firestorm of speculation, leaving fans and insiders questioning everything about a superstar's future role. This wasn't a long explanation or a detailed plan, it was a single, shocking reply that opened the door to rumors of a dramatic shift that could completely reshape how one of the game's most dynamic talents is used moving forward. Could this be the beginning of a major transformation, or was it an intentional hint dropped to stir the waters? The sports world is buzzing with theories, and the potential impact on the team's entire strategy is massive. Stay locked in, because this one-word bombshell might be the spark that changes everything. Hey, what's up, baseball fans? Before we dive into today's breaking news, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any shocking MLB updates. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one because it's a story that could completely change the way we see one of the game's biggest stars, Shohei Ohtani. Now, let's get into it. Shohei Ohtani, the two-way sensation who has been rewriting the rules of baseball, is once again at the center of a storm. And no, this isn't about his usual jaw-dropping home runs or his blistering fastballs. This time, it's all about a single, one-word response from his coach that has instantly ignited rumors about Ohtani's role on the team. Yes, you heard that right, just one word. So here's what happened. During a post-game press conference, a reporter asked Ohtani's coach a very straightforward question. Do you see Ohtani continuing his dual role as both pitcher and hitter this season, or are there plans to shift him to focus on one position? Normally, you'd expect a coach to give a nuanced answer, maybe hedge a bit, or even throw in a compliment about Ohtani's work ethic. But what came out instead was shockingly brief. The coach leaned back, looked thoughtful for a second, and said possibly. Boom. Just like that, the baseball world went into overdrive. That single word possibly set off a firestorm of speculation among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Because let's be real, in MLB, words like that don't just float around, they stick, they spread, and they make headlines. Immediately, social media erupted. Fans began theorizing what the coach could have meant. Was he hinting at a potential shift in Ohtani's role due to injury concerns? Or maybe there's a strategic move behind the scenes that no one is talking about yet? Analysts were quick to point out that Ohtani has been carrying a heavy load, balancing pitching rotations, batting lineups, and travel schedules. Could this be a subtle nod to a lighter workload for the superstar? Or, in a more dramatic twist, is this a signal that the team is planning to fully transition him into either a hitter or a pitcher to maximize his long-term impact? And let's not forget the timing. This statement comes at a point in the season where every game counts. Teams are carefully calculating player rotations, bullpen strategies, and lineups, trying to squeeze every bit of performance out of their stars. For Ohtani, who is arguably the most unique talent in the game today, any shift in his role could have ripple effects not just on his stats, but on the entire team's dynamic. Now, we've seen Ohtani defy the odds before. He's crushed records, thrown no-hitters, hit home runs that leave stadiums in awe, and somehow manages to keep fans on their toes week after week. But even legends have limits. And the question now is, does this possibly signal a major change in how the team views his future contributions? Let's dig a little deeper. Some insiders are pointing out that Ohtani has already had minor injuries this season, which could be a factor in this cryptic answer. Pitching is notoriously taxing on the body, and balancing it with being a top-tier hitter multiplies the risk. By potentially focusing on one role, the team could be looking to protect his health for the long haul, maybe even setting him up for a stronger postseason performance. Others, however, are leaning toward a more strategic interpretation. Imagine if Ohtani became a full-time hitter. His batting stats are already phenomenal, and dedicating all his energy to the plate could make him an unstoppable force. On the flip side, if he focuses solely on pitching, his fastball and devastating curve could dominate lineups across the league. Either way, the possibilities are huge and the stakes are even higher. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Analysts are not just speculating, they're crunching numbers. They're comparing Ohtani's pitching stats with his hitting stats, calculating WAR, wins above replacement, looking at fatigue patterns, and predicting how a shift in role could impact the team's playoff chances. Some are saying that a role change could increase his efficiency by 20–30%, which is massive in the context of a competitive MLB season. Meanwhile, fans are divided. On forums, social media, and YouTube comments, you see heated debates. Some fans are thrilled at the idea of Ohtani potentially focusing on one role. It could prolong his career and boost his individual stats. Others feel like it would take away from what makes him special, the fact that he's literally doing something no one else in the league can. Even rival teams are paying attention. You can bet that scouts and managers across the league are analyzing this statement closely, thinking about how to adjust their strategies when facing Ohtani. Because in baseball, one star player's role shift doesn't just affect his own team, it changes the competitive landscape. Lineups, pitching rotations, bullpen management, all of it could be influenced by whether Ohtani becomes a one-dimensional superstar or continues to dominate in both roles. Let's also consider the psychological angle. Ohtani is known for his focus, humility, and discipline, but he's also human. Rumors about his role can affect not just how fans perceive him, but also how he approaches the game. Coaches have to balance public speculation with internal team dynamics. Imagine being Ohtani and knowing that every word from your coach is being dissected across the internet. Pressure, scrutiny, and expectation, it's intense. So what's next? For now, all we can do is watch closely. Every game, every at-bat, every inning pitched could provide subtle hints about what's really happening. Analysts will be tracking pitch counts, batting lineups, rest days, and media interviews. And fans? Well, they'll be debating endlessly, theorizing about what this possibly really means. In conclusion, Shohei Ohtani's career has always been about pushing boundaries, defying expectations, and surprising the baseball world. This one-word response from his coach may seem small, but it could mark the beginning of a major shift in his role and potentially the trajectory of the season. Whether it's a strategic move, a health decision, or just a vague comment blown out of proportion, the excitement and speculation are real, and the story is far from over. So stay tuned, because you can bet your bottom dollar that the next press conference, the next game, and the next social media post could provide new clues. This isn't just baseball news, it's a developing saga, and Ohtani is right at the center of it. And as always, we'll be here breaking it down, analyzing every detail, and keeping you in the loop with all the latest developments. Remember, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of every MLB shocker, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Comment below with what you think Ohtani's next role should be. Should he focus on hitting, pitching, or continue defying logic with both? Your opinion could spark the next big discussion in the baseball community. That's it for today, folks. Keep your eyes on the field, your ears on the press conferences, and your excitement levels high, because Shohei Ohtani's story is far from finished, and we're just getting started.